Is Britain spending enough on defence? With conflicts raging in Europe and the Middle East, the consensus seems to be no. But no one can agree on how much more is enough.
We're not at 2.5% yet. We're comfortably above 2%. My call was, and is, for the world to spend more. First of all, the rest of them need to get above that 2%. And in the long term, I do believe that the Western spending will need to be higher.
But the government's plan is to get to 2.5%. It was one of just 11 NATO member countries to meet the 2% target last year. And while defence spending has been edging higher, military experts say more is needed.
Our forces are not at the readiness they should be at. There's no doubt about it. For a number of years, defence has been underfunded and it has been cut. If we're in such a dangerous position, then I'm afraid you have to make very harsh and difficult calculations, which means squeezing areas of spend, government spend. You wouldn't want to do that. But if you're going to have a war, for goodness me, you've got to jolly well do it.
It's obviously very easy for politicians to say they want to increase spending on defence. But making it happen is a very different thing when the public finances are so constrained. Taxes are at a generational high, as are borrowing costs. And defence is facing competing pressure from things like schools, the NHS and welfare. It may explain why Labour has been reluctant to make any firm commitments of its own, while it's still in line for government.
Well, obviously, decisions for what future spending would be, if Labour wins the election, would be for a Labour Chancellor, and would be in opposition is for Labour's Shadow Chancellor, Rachel Reeves. But we have been clear about the importance of our national security. National security is the bedrock on which everything else in the country and everybody's well-being is built.
Tax and spending always involves trade-offs. But the message from defence experts is clear. When it comes to Britain's security, words must be met with action. Gurpreet Narwan, Sky News.